I think the time has come. With the Pixel 9 Pro folded, it's just as thick as a regular phone and behaves like a regular phone. It's got some subtle creaks, but it might just be that leftover dust that's filled up the internals. And I don't see anything to worry about when the phone is closed. When the Pixel Fold is unfolded, however, and bent from the back, even though the back panels meet at the spine, there doesn't appear to be a whole lot of resistance. And that 9 Pro's folding screen immediately succumbs to the backward motion and dies. Notice this antenna line up at the top, which is mirrored by an identical antenna line at the bottom. It's this exact spot at the antenna lines where the Pixel 9 Pro Fold snaps in half. However, it appears as if Huawei has thought of this as well, and has introduced sensors inside the phone to vibrate and notify you if you're bending in the wrong direction. This is the first smartphone to ever beg for its life during the bend test, which almost makes me want to give it a chance. The Mate XT Ultimate can indeed be catastrophically bent in the wrong direction. The Oppo Find N5 has held up pretty well to everything it's experienced so far. It's kinda sad and a little disappointing that on the very first horizontal bend, while closed, it receives its first mortal wound. Where the OnePlus Fold and Samsung Folds and the Flip and even the Google Fold all survived, the Find N5 does not. Not only is there a dead line of pixels at that center crease, but also a horizontal line of dead pixels halfway down the right side, which is rather unfortunate, since from a normal backwards bend while open, the hinge itself is actually impressively still intact. The Find N5 is incredibly strong along the axis it's supposed to bend in, but very weak along the axis that it's not designed to bend in, which is still important to know since accidental damage doesn't always conform to the manufacturer's recommendations. The Oppo Find N5 is now dead on the inside, aren't we all? The outside screen, however, still appears to function like normal, even though the inner screen is demolished by that bending. But here in the real world, where people sit on phones, book bag squish phones, and little kids exist, the Pixel 10 Fold just ain't gonna make it. Having the audacity to call the Pixel 10 Fold extremely durable during their launch event while not changing the antenna line locations from the previous two versions that catastrophically failed is an insult to tech enthusiasts everywhere. Straightening it back out for round 2, the battery decides it's had enough.